Welcome back to the video blog. Daniel Mezei is my name. Thanks again for watching. This is another ADM video blog. This is a day game after a long night game and a day game before that. I'm going on 36 hours. If I'm a little bit incoherent, that's coming out in the face, don't hold it against me. Unfortunately, this is what happens when you push straight through. So this week we've been talking about Jack Welch's strategies for success. 6 strategies, in fact. And I'll be listing the previous episodes in the show notes, but some of the things we've been talking about, of course, change before you have to, or things like don't manage, lead, or things like if you don't have a competitive advantage, don't compete. Things like this, those are Jack Welch's strategies for success. Number 5, and that's what we're going to be talking about today, is accept reality for what it is. Don't try to make reality into something you want it to be. It is what it is. And this has so many different applications to so many different areas in life. So we'll break it down one by one. Of course, I just wanted to announce for the record, I tried about 4 times to record this episode before, so I hope I get it out coherently this time out. Again, don't try this, ladies and gentlemen, or kids at home, on sleepless nights. So, for example, people that are not necessarily well-resource endowed, people that come from societies where money is not plentiful, you see that they understand that the reality is what it is, and they're able to use human resources to help them achieve their goals in a way that people that are constantly surrounded by money are not necessarily adept at doing. I'd seen this with my own 2 eyes in some countries in Europe where I had spent some time before I moved back to Canada, where people are really good at kind of calling in favors or using their social capital in their particular social graph, where people kind of scratch each other's back, so to speak, where they use things like barter or I'll do you a favor later, because money is not exactly plentiful to go around, so people have to kind of be inventive or creative or innovative for how they get things done. And the society kind of magically, or one could say miraculously, actually works. So that's one example where you accept reality for what it is. Yeah, it would be nice to have, let's say American-style credit lines, or it would be nice to have extra cash in the pocket or debit cards that are fully fleshed out with cash or what have you. But it doesn't exist because the incomes are lower, or because the expenses, the overheads are higher in comparison to the incomes. So that's one example. Of course, I think of countries like Romania and cities like Bucharest, where that's kind of the de rigueur. I tried to say it in French and English at the same time, and it came out a little bit bad. Another way that you accept reality for what it is, independent filmmakers that basically are allocated a very limited budget, and so they really don't have much to work with, so they have to be good at calling in favors or getting a lot done with very little, or sometimes doing things for free, or doing other people's solids, or working for free on other people's sets, or scratching each other's backs. Again, this kind of barter system takes on different permutations or morphs into different kinds of things depending on how affluent the society is in question. So another way that accepting reality for what it is I just love people that kind of deal with very limited circumstances and they kind of triumph and rise over the limitations. I love people that are given like just a very limited number of ingredients, but they're able to almost, let's say, to use a metaphor, cook a very lavish meal, or at least a filling or nutritious one, from a very limited number of circumstances. That's a skill that some people have. Not everybody can do that. Some people have it by nature. Some people practice how to do that, whatever. Again, there's kind of crossover application between the 2 examples that I've already cited so far. Another example of this is the things that you notice about people that you don't like in yourself. Excuse me, I bungled it all up. The things that you don't like in people are in fact things that you don't like about yourself, and they're manifesting themselves by you kind of like putting them outward and sort of like letting other people know that you don't like this about them, but in fact what it is you saying something about yourself deeply, sort of deep, hardcore, that you don't like about yourself. That's just something to think about too. The reality is, back to kind of accepting reality, it doesn't matter how hard you try. Sometimes things are just the way that they are, and it doesn't matter how hard you grind and how hard you sand and how hard you hack and how hard you kind of shimmy. It's just going to be the way that it is. You either accept it and move the F on, or you kind of reject it and you move your own way. But there's no situation of you through brute force or trying to like knuckle or pummel something down, into some kind of a manageable form or shape where you can deal with it. It's just not going to work like that. That is not reality. That's not accepting reality for what it is. That's living in a Pollyanna-ish, pie in the sky kind of coulda, shoulda, woulda scenarios, and that's not really what the situation is. Think about all those various themes that I've just listed on this very sleepy Sunday afternoon as I come to you straight from north of the 49th parallel, the nicest people on the planet. Oh yes, we are Canucks, and I am Canadian, and my name, for the record, is Adam Daniel Mezei. You can find out more about me, adamdanielmezei.com, and check me out on LinkedIn. Just pump in my name or info@pmdforhire.com, and it's all there. I would really appreciate adding you on my LinkedIn network, and if I haven't given you a recommendation yet, if you add yourself to my network, oh yes, you better believe one is coming. Thanks again for watching. Catch you again when I'm well rested tomorrow.